The Indigenous community, unfortunately, has been gaslit and been dealing with people who deny the impacts of Indian residential school until recently, until about 215 voices spoke from the grave.
Hearing of the discovery in Kamloops forced Canadians and governments to face our country's past. But one advisor for the K-6 social studies curriculum draft thinks Canadian compassion is being misled. Chris Champion wrote in the Dorchester Review Thursday that natural compassion should not be distorted into a big lie narrative that we committed genocide or that Canadians are complicit in their own version of the Holocaust. Champion is the editor for the online outlet, whose account shared the article alongside tweets implying that children in residential schools had an absolute blast.
Our elders told us about being forced to, having nice clothes for a single day, pose for nice pictures, and then having to give those clothes back and going back to the regular scrappy clothes that they had. And that was documented and then in the Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
When City News reached out to the Ministry of Education for comment, they denounced the comments as appalling and harmful, but noted that no one individual authored the curriculum and that it would include more content to teach kids about Indigenous history and culture.
That is, I think a clear expression of Alberta's desire to be radically more inclusive in our future curriculum of the central role of Indigenous people in our history and in our current society.
The NDP is calling for the government to sever all ties with Champion and his work on the curriculum.
Jason Kenney invited this man to impose his views on students in Alberta classrooms by handing him the pen for the K-6 social studies curriculum. His draft is a clear violation of the calls to action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and Indigenous leaders have called for it to be scrapped.
His government is a part of that concept of denying Indigenous issues since he was a federal minister. So to me, I don't believe that he has any skin in the game to care about Indigenous issues, to care about this. He just has repeatedly shown us he doesn't care.
Chris Champion's contract with Alberta Education ended last fall with its planned expiration. In Calgary, Joe Horwood, City News.